What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the Shooter Straight Podcast. It's your co-host, Zach.
And I'm Blue.
Man, it's episode 6. Man, thank y'all for tuning in to episode 5 and all the previous episodes, running up the clips and the likes and everything like that. Like always, we've been doing extremely good on Instagram Reels and TikTok recently, so thank you everyone who has been coming from that and supporting us on there. We really appreciate it. Liking every comment and all that. It's just fun to get the good discussion going between everybody, and ultimately that's what we love as sports and music fans. You know what I mean? We just want a good conversation at the end of the day. We love doing it, and we love interacting with y'all in the comments and everything like that. So thank you everyone for running that up. And with that being said, man, we're just gonna go straight into it with a little bit something different this time. Because we want to talk about the NFL.
Yeah, let's shoot straight into it.
Because we had obviously, a lot has been going on in the NFL this offseason. One of the crazier NFL offseasons, I would say. And obviously, one of the main storylines has been Tyreek Hill being traded, obviously, to the Miami Dolphins from Kansas City. Obviously, that happened a while ago, but Tyreek Hill has just started his own podcast, and he speaks on leaving the Chiefs in this for the first time publicly. And some of the comments were just crazy.
Yeah, for sure. I can't believe he said that, like, Mahomes was more Tua was more accurate, but Mahomes had a stronger arm. Like, I don't know.
To question Mahomes' accuracy, I mean, that's a Super Bowl champion,
Of course.
Like, I'm not, like, Tua, like, a lot of people would say Tua is one of the more accurate quarterbacks, coming out of Alabama.
I was going to say, I haven't seen enough of Tua's reps, and, like, I haven't seen him play enough. But
yeah, because, unfortunately.
I've seen Patrick Mahomes.
Coming, yeah, how couldn't you? But coming off of that injury Tua had at Alabama, he was one of the most accurate passers. He was one of, he's good. He was going to be the number 1 pick at the time, pre-injury. Ended up going number 5. Have we seen him live up to the expectations? No, but but I don't know. I just think in terms of his accuracy, it's hard to doubt it. But to just compare it to Patrick Mahomes, I don't know. I just think that's maybe absurd in a way, and that's even as a Tua fan, because you can't question Patrick Mahomes. I mean, even though that's his 2-time Super Bowl, he's been to Super Bowl twice, been to a lot of AFC Championship games already. He's so young, the best quarterback in the game. Can't really doubt him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
And speaking of Patrick Mahomes,
I was going to say we're going to have to see.
See what? With Patrick Mahomes this season?
Yeah, and Tua. See if he performs since he has Tyreek Hill.
And it's going to be interesting to see how Mahomes performs this season with no Tyreek Hill, because we haven't really seen Mahomes, do it without him.
Yeah, but then again, though, I remember what was Tyreek saying, that he wasn't getting favored like he wanted to.
Exactly. Last season.
So do they really
need him?
Do they need him?
Because last season, he was putting up some decent stats, but compared to what we know Tyreek Hill can do, he wasn't doing the same. And they still did, they still did what they did last season. Obviously, one of the best teams in the league.
So you got that great tight end. What's his name? Travis
Kelce.
Kelce, yeah.
Yeah, that's the best tight end in the game. The best tight end in the game right now. Like
better than Gronk.
They still. Oh yeah. But prime Gronk, though, was prime Gronk.
Of course.
Prime Gronk right now, you know what I mean? The Gronk is still great, but
he's not where he was, of course.
Of course, he's just, he's older. But he's still an effective tight end as far as tight ends go, because the tight end position is still getting more and more utilized, but still underutilized in a sense by some coaches. So.
Of course.
But back to Mahomes, I just wanted to see, obviously we speak about Patrick Mahomes' expectations going into next season. Obviously, I think we both expect Patrick Mahomes to be great next season. There's no doubt about that. And the expectation should be, the Chiefs every single year should be expecting pretty much to be competing for the Super Bowl, because you got Patrick Mahomes. That's just what it is. You know what I mean?
For sure, but there's other contenders out there.
For sure.
Bills almost got him last time.
There's a lot of other contenders, and obviously
the Bills almost went to the Super Bowl, man. They almost got him.
It took one of the craziest comebacks, like at the last second, like to get it
crazy.
to overtime, and then they pretty much won on a coin flip. They got lucky. Josh Allen was still salty about that because they were just playing golf together in the match.
Damn.
Against Brady and Aaron Rodgers, and they were making jokes about it, like Josh Allen can't win the coin toss and stuff like that. So it's cool because they're friends on and off the field. Josh Allen and Mahomes, they're friends. But for the future, let's just say you were an NFL GM. You were an NFL GM right now, and you had a pick. If you were the NFL GM, would you rather have Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen to lead your team at this very moment?
You want to say Patrick Mahomes because he has the experience of being in the Super Bowl, but Josh Allen, he's really good.
Of course.
Really, really good. So, in my opinion, I might have to go with Josh Allen.
Over Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
What makes you say Josh Allen?
I'd have to look at the stats, but from just playing, like what I've seen, I feel like he's more consistent.
Yeah, Mahomes did have a down year last year. He was throwing a lot more interceptions than Mahomes. Josh Allen, I mean, who was actually improving his game. Mahomes had a little bit of a down year. In terms of Mahomes, I mean, a down year for Mahomes is still a pretty great year for 99% of the quarterbacks in this league. But
and people were getting upset that he choked a couple games.
Yeah, because of the interceptions. He would have some bad plays. But that comes with the territory when you're Patrick Mahomes and you're trying to make some of these crazy plays that he made.
Of course.
You know what I mean? When they come off, they're cool. When he's doing underhand throws and he's doing some crazy throws that it's going to make the ESPN top 10, but sometimes it's going to lose you a football game. You know what I mean? But that comes with it. You know what I mean? Sometimes it'll win you the game, and sometimes it'll lose you the game. And that's just how it goes.
And that's why Josh Allen, he doesn't make those risk plays. He's just more consistent. So he's just hitting whether it's a short pass or like a long pass that he knows he can get.
And Josh Allen also has the ability as a runner because he's basically one of the biggest quarterbacks in the league.
Yeah, he's not no Patrick Mahomes on the run though.
But he's a force on the run.
Yeah.
He's physical on the run. So he's not scared to take a hit, and he can take
For
a hit. But you don't want him to take hits unnecessarily because it's Josh Allen, and that's your future of your franchise. But he can take him if you need him, as a runner. So you know what I mean? I don't know. For me personally, it's hard for me to pick against Patrick Mahomes. I think I would rather have Patrick Mahomes. I think with that Super Bowl experience, obviously he's had Andy Reid. One of the greatest coaches, some would say in the NFL.
I don't know. I feel like if you give Josh Allen the same,
some people would argue
the same
that.
weapons.
Some people would argue that for sure. But you can't criticize somebody just for having weapons.
Of course.
That's just part of the game. It's unfair to be like Mahomes is not good just because he had weapons. He had Tyreek Hill. I think we're gonna see, this year how Tyreek Hill does, and I think that.
I'm not saying Mahomes isn't good, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Josh Allen could have.
No, for sure.
Super Bowl.
For sure. And it's going to be a rivalry for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
Josh Allen versus Patrick Mahomes.
For sure.
You know what I mean? 10 years from now, they're still going to be talking about who would you rather have, Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen. That's how good these two are. They're going to be that good in the future. It's unfortunate that for my Dolphins, that we have to face them 2 times a year, for the next 10 years, just like we had to face Brady for the last 18. We can't catch a break. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know you wanted to discuss your predictions about the AFC East division.
For sure. Well, because the AFC East, I wanted to start with the AFC East because I wanted to give our predictions for who we think will be the best teams in each division, who will win the division, and things of that nature.
Of course, and since we're talking about Josh Allen
and Tua and Tyreek Hill,
of course,
figured we would start with the AFC East and discuss who we think will win division by division. So I guess we'll go ahead and we'll start off at the bottom. So with the New York Jets. I think we're both in agreement that the New York Jets are finishing dead last in the division.
Yeah, but I see potential for their franchise. With Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson? You're a Zach Wilson believer?
Yeah, he's really speedy. He's accurate with the ball. He makes good decisions most times. I think he has a chance. He just needs to get a good O-line. His O-line's crap.
So you think that if the Jets continue to build around Zach Wilson, they continue to hit on draft picks and they make some smart management decisions, you think that in a couple of years the Jets can be a contender?
Of course.
Really?
Yeah, definitely. I think they'll definitely be a playoff contender. And
do you think they'll be competing with the Bills and the Dolphins to win the division in a couple of years?
Yeah, for sure. They'll definitely be out the Patriots. Sure.
In
over Mac Jones. I got him over Mac Jones.
For the future?
Yeah.
Woo.
If the Jets are able to build around him.
If the Jets build around him properly.
Because Mac Jones is kind of already Bill Belichick. He's built.
It's Bill Belichick.
The system's there for him.
Yeah. So you're a Jets believer, but just not this season.
Yeah,
I think we're both in agreement. I think the Jets, they made some good picks this year. They, some solid moves. I think that if they can continue to build on this, they're starting to maybe build a decent foundation compared to what they had. They don't really got much going for them.
Of course.
You know what I mean? It's going to take a lot. Obviously this season, I think I got them finishing around 3-14. They'll be lucky to get the 3 wins that they get. They're going to be finishing price. Let's just be real. They might finish, 4, maybe 5.
Stuff could happen during the free agency.
then let's be really not really going to get too much extra players, and it's pretty much what it's going to be. You know what I mean? They might the max wins for for the Jets realistically that they're going to get maybe like 5, 6, and that would be a pretty good year for them. And then if they hit like 6 wins this year, we'll be talking like, damn, they make the next step into like becoming a wild card team, like, because like that would be pretty solid for them. They'll get some free agent additions. They were close to getting Tyreek Hill. Like, they're attracting some players. They just need to get keep getting their rookies up and building up the talent, and then more players will want to go there because it's New York at the end of the day. You know what I mean? It's a historic franchise. It is the Jets.
And for the Patriots, they'll finish off third. And I know you think that Mac Jones is overrated.
I think Mac Jones he's playing well in the system right now, just like Tom Brady played well in that system. I think Mac Jones, he's not gonna lose you games, but he's not gonna win you games either.
But you think he's being overhyped in the media?
For sure, because they're talking about him like because he's replacing Brady.
Next Brady.
Exactly. But when you just watch Mac Jones, he's like I said, he reminds me of like Alex Smith. You know, he's not gonna win you games, he's not gonna lose you games, but he's just gonna be mid.
That's
Mac
not
Jones,
enough.
He's just mid.
It's not enough.
Mac Jones is just mid. He does nothing too spectacular. And his decision making is pretty solid. That's what he kind of banks on, but he's not gonna run on you. He's not gonna be no Lamar. He's not gonna beat you with his crazy arm strength, and he's not gonna be Josh Allen. So what is he gonna do? He's gonna have to sit in that pocket, and he's gonna have to make smart decisions, make the check down when it's there. We know New England quarterbacks know how to do the check down. You know what I mean? Tom Brady has made a living with the check down.
I got a question though. At the top spot, who you got? Your Dolphins or the Bills?
I gotta go with the Bills, unfortunately.
It's your Dolphins, though, bro. It's your team.
I got the Dolphins finishing second in this division. I think they'll overtake the Patriots from last year because obviously the Patriots finished second last year. They made the playoffs as a wild card. With the Dolphins addition that they made this year, Tyreek Hill, they didn't really have draft capital. They improved on the positions that they needed to get in the draft. They got Tyndall, which is a linebacker from Georgia.
Yeah, I think they're definitely, my bad for cutting you off, but I think they're definitely like a playoff contender team, but not Super Bowl. No way.
Nah.
Not yet.
Not yet. It depends on what we see out of Tua this year.
Exactly.
It depends on what we see out of Tua. I think that's really the only question mark with the Dolphins for this year. The biggest question mark, because the talent and the coaching is there. I love the hire of Mike McDaniel. And I like the staff that he's kind of put in place. I think the defense is still going to be good. The Dolphins had one of the best defenses in the league last year. And even though Brian Flores is not there anymore, I still think that the defense will be pretty damn good.
For sure.
So really just the biggest question mark is can Tua deliver the ball, because he has Jalen Waddle and he has Tyreek Hill, they're talking about maybe one of the best wide receiver duos in the league.
Amazing, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill.
For sure.
You know what I mean? You can't question that. So it's really just can Tua get the ball to him, and that's going to come down to the offensive line, because the Dolphins had one of the worst offensive lines of all time. I swear last year it was so bad.
Not worse than the Jets.
It was pretty bad.
Not worse than worse than the Jets.
It's hard to be worse than the Jets at anything. So like that kind of, you know what I mean? But pretty much, bro, like the Dolphins had a pretty damn bad.
Because I remember seeing so many clips of Zach Wilson having a guy open and so many opportunities, but he would just get sacked so quick. It was nothing he could do.
Exactly. And a lot of times that will lead into,
or he'll just make a bad throw because he'll be so much under pressure.
And then a lot of times that will lead into sometimes he'll just make a bad throw under pressure, and that'll lead to a bad interception.
Yep.
But when you take it out of context, it looks bad on Zach Wilson.
Of course.
But that honestly that just comes down to the team. No quarterback would succeed in the Jets right now. So it's hard to be Zach Wilson is he's so bad. And it's the same thing that happened with Sam Darnold, except Sam Darnold was just kind of trash in general because he left and he's still trash. But that's besides the point. Any quarterback is going to be trash on the Jets until they build up it. You know what I mean? They got to get some better players. Let's just be real.
For sure.
But it's not the end of the world for them.
So
I got the Dolphins finishing 11-6. I think they get a wild card, and then ultimately, the Bills, they're going to win the division again.
For sure.
They're one of the best teams.
I was going to say I got the same. So I got the same list as you. Yeah, Bills, Dolphins, Pats, Jets.
I think it's pretty much the only thing that you could argue is if you think the Pats are going to be better, and then maybe they would overtake the Dolphins. But if you think the Dolphins are overrated, they just added to get a couple guys. You know what I mean? But
it's set in stone.
Yeah, it's pretty much. I think that's how it's going to finish. Josh Allen is going to be who's Josh Allen's going to be. He's going to lead them, and he's going to win that division. And ultimately, they'll be one of the best teams in the league next year. But the Dolphins, playoff team. That's my bold prediction. Yeah. The Dolphins will be in the playoffs next year, for the second time in my life. For the second, you know what I mean?
For sure. Now you heard what Devontae Adams said about he compared Aaron Rodgers to Derek Carr. What do you think about that?
Let's just be real. Aaron Rodgers is one of the best quarterbacks I've ever seen in my life.
Personally, I think he's better than Brady. That's my bold take. I think he's better than Brady.
In terms of ability, there's no doubt in my mind. Aaron Rodgers is better. In terms of just ability. But obviously Brady, you can't compare to anybody just because when you have 7 Super Bowl rings, it's uncomparable to anybody. The legacy is just there.
Of course.
So obviously by default, Brady is the GOAT. You know what I mean? Just because he has.
And Aaron Rodgers is choked.
And Aaron Rodgers is choked. But in terms of just pure ability, who's just better at the quarterback position? I mean, who hasn't
I think when you look at the numbers.
Exactly. Like Brady has had a great team. He has like Bill Belichick, blah, blah, blah. It's not discounting what Brady accomplished because it's.
Of course not.
But Aaron Rodgers hasn't always had that. Although he has had good teams and he's failed a couple times. But
he's just choked.
Like last season, I think they should have beat the 49ers. Obviously, that's not crazy to say. You know what I mean? They should have won that game. They choked. And you know what I mean? They always find a way to lose somehow. But to compare, like Devontae Adams obviously leaving Green Bay, leaving Aaron Rodgers, unfortunately. But to compare Derek Carr to Aaron Rodgers, to me, I rate Derek Carr. I like Derek Carr. I think he's a really good quarterback. Underrated. I think Derek Carr is an underrated quarterback in this league.
I think so as well.
But you can't compare Derek Carr to Aaron Rodgers. Let's just be real. Aaron Rodgers has done it consistently. We've had Derek Carr have really one good year, and then he's had some pretty decent years, and he's getting back up to that form that he had.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I think he could be a Super Bowl contender in the future.
But I just don't think you can, in terms of talent and ability, you're going to say, what Aaron Rodgers has done, you're going to say that it's even,
oh, no.
That's what I'm saying. So I think Devontae Adams he went a little overboard with these comments. I think I understand the sentiment of what he was trying to do, but he just kind of went a little overboard. You know what I'm saying? Because I think Derek Carr is an underrated quarterback, and obviously he needs to support his new guy. Because that's Derek Carr, and they've been friends for a while. That's his boy. Obviously, he's gonna support his boy, but you can't compare. That's a GOAT, and then it's Derek Carr. You know what I mean?
So, what are your top 5 QBs heading into the next season?
Well, I got Patrick Mahomes. I got Josh Allen.
These are in order.
In order. Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen. Tom Brady, number 3. Aaron Rodgers, number 4. And I got Joe Burrow at number 5. Joe Burrow rounding out my top 5. I think Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen is kind of interchangeable 1-2, depending on who you think is going to be better going into next season. I think it's hard for me to bank against Patrick Mahomes, so I give him a slight edge, even though I think Josh Allen is going to be really, really good. Josh Allen slides into 2. Tom Brady over Aaron Rodgers at 3-4. I was debating that. But ultimately, I think I'm taking into account Aaron Rodgers not having Devontae Adams next year. I think that will take a slight drop-off in his stats because he's just not going to have Devontae. Obviously, when you don't have Devontae Adams, it's going to take a little slight. It has to. You know what I mean? So I give Brady the edge because Brady kind of is – they're running it back. They pretty much got a lot of the same guys. And then Joe Burrow, after last season, they improved the offensive line. They were Super Bowl in the Super Bowl last year. I think it's hard not to put, and then obviously, I wanted to put Matthew Stafford, but I just think the Rams is just top heavy, and then the Rams, they have a lot of great players, and then they have some rookies that they got to hit on. I don't know if the Rams are going to be able to run it back again. You know what I mean? I don't know if they're going to win it again. I don't know. It's going to be tough. They're going to be a great team, obviously, but I think Cincinnati is going to be a really, really good team as well. So I give Joe Burrow the slight edge into my top 5. You know what I mean? I think that's what I would have to go with.
For sure. I'm thinking Aaron Rodgers, number 1. Josh Allen, number 2. Mahomes, 3. And then I'm putting Dak and then Burrow.
Dak? You put in Dak?
Dak Prescott.
You okay. I got to hear this. What do you have to say about Dak? You think Dak is going to be a top 5 quarterback next year? For sure?
Yeah.
So you think the Cowboys are going to be real good next year?
I think the Cowboys are going to be real good next year. They've always been good. It's just what was it? I think he was injured last year, right?
Who?
one of the, like the main Cowboy stars got injured, whether it was Ezekiel or something
Yeah,
happened.
they had things. I think CD Lamb got injured towards the end of the year.
They had
a couple injuries.
They had like injuries that were affecting their season.
Yeah. Yeah. So you think that the Cowboys will rebound next year?
I think they'll rebound next year, exactly.
And you think Dak will
perform?
Damn. Okay.
Sure.
I mean, I do think Dak is a really good quarterback. So I mean, I think he's around in the top, he's in there in the top 10. I don't know. You know, it's interchangeable. A lot of these guys are real close. You know what I mean? It just depends on who you think will perform better.
Sure.
You know what I mean? You know, this is how it goes. Wesley, do you want to switch it over to the NBA?
That's fine. Yeah.
So what do you feel? You know, obviously, Carmelo Anthony, one of your favorite players growing up,
For sure.
potentially returning to the Knicks.
I would copy his play style a lot growing up. I remember I was telling you that.
Yeah.
Sure.
So what do you feel about Carmelo Anthony returning to the Knicks?
Do I think he'll be where he was previously when he was at the
Well,
Knicks?
obviously not.
No, I don't think so. But
Obviously not because he's an older, you know. But I think it's cool just to do it, though.
I think it is cool just
It-
to
it-
go
it-
back
it's
to
like a
team-
retirement run. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
for sure. But then again, like, who does the Knicks have that are
Nobody.
stars?
Nobody.
So then
The Knicks got nobody. It's really just he would just be kind of running it back one year with the Knicks just to like see
I think he would
peace
have
out.
had an opportunity to win a championship with the Lakers. He's screwing up that opportunity
by just going on a retirement tour.
with the Knicks.
Yeah, let's be real, because the Knicks aren't winning a ring.
Knicks are
Is-
the
is
Knicks
it-
aren't
is-
winning a championship.
Is Carmelo Anthony going to give up on winning a ring officially by going to the Knicks?
That's
Basically
giving
what
it up,
is. Yeah, he's giving
sure.
it up. He's giving up his dream of winning the championship by going to the Knicks.
and he deserved it. He really did.
Oh yeah, Carmelo Anthony deserved a ring. I thought, you know, I hoped he could have got it this
with
year
the Lakers, but
maybe if he just stayed one more year, run it back with LeBron, maybe they got a chance next year.
he's not.
But he's not. He doesn't want to. You know what? He probably just didn't want to play with Russ no more.
Nope.
He said, "Nah." I mean, Carmelo Anthony said, "I would rather go to the Knicks than play with Russell Westbrook." That's how bad it is for the Lakers right now.
That's why I said last episode he just needs to just
Retire.
go off into the sunset.
Yeah. I mean, when you're choosing the Knicks over playing with Russ, I mean that's bad. You know what
It's
I mean?
really bad, and that's not. It's not bad for Carmelo Anthony because, like you said, like we were saying, he's going on a retirement. Like he's going back to a team that he played with really, really well
Legendary.
for a decent amount of time.
Legendary. It was legendary for that franchise. One of the biggest Knicks star that they've had in recent times.
Yeah,
And he had him in the playoffs. Ultimately, the one thing they were never able to really give him that second guy, second star to like make him a contender at that time because they were competing against like Miami LeBron and like, you know, like come on, bro, you're gonna need some other help. You know what I mean? Melo couldn't do it on his own.
of course.
That's just how it was. And even when he was in Denver, he had some chances, but he never really got it there either.
Now, what do you think about LeBron? It's rumored that he wants to own a team in Vegas.
Well, you know what that means. If
Let's shoot it straight. Who would be a better owner, LeBron
or MJ.
or MJ?
I got LeBron. LeBron all day the better owner. All day better owner than MJ. We've already seen it. MJ has been a failed owner so far.
Of course.
A failure with Charlotte. Let's just be real. What has he done? He hasn't done nothing.
Hey, I would say they're better than where they were.
That's not saying much though.
They're better than where they were though.
He hasn't done nothing with them. You're telling
It takes
me
time to build a franchise.
LeBron, bro, he'll be getting that team in Vegas. It's LeBron. You've already seen LeBron knows how to build a team together because they already call him Le GM now. LeBron has been constructing teams for years because he's been doing it as a player. So you think he's not going to be able to do it as an owner?
Of course.
LeBron will be the easily
And he basically
the better
coaches teams.
owner. Like LeBron, he might
Right, I'm saying right now, like he's basically coaching the Lakers.
LeBron basically coaches the Lakers. He GMs the Lakers. He owns the Lakers. He plays for the Lakers. He does it all for. He might as well ref the Lakers. LeBron does it all for the Lakers. That's why LeBron is the greatest basketball player of all time. Let's just be real. LeBron is the GOAT easily, and LeBron is going to continue.
Not easily. Not easily though.
Especially next season when he overtakes Kareem for the scoring record. That's it. That's it. Once LeBron gets the scoring record, I can't hear nothing. I can't hear nothing about it no more. It's over for me. even if LeBron doesn't get another championship, and he just has 4. And I hope he gets another championship. I think that would be cool.
Yeah, when LeBron added the 3-point shot to his game, it's crazy.
I think it would be cool if LeBron is able to win a championship with his son.
For sure. But I'm just saying, like, it didn't completely change the game, but, like, it added another element to his game that just.
Yeah. You know, Curry kind of changed the game in that sense and made it, like, he influenced LeBron.
Of course, but it's just, you have to, you don't know what to expect as a defender now.
LeBron could do it anything. He could pull up for the 3. He could drive in, hit the fadeaway, go in for the drive because LeBron on the drive. He's just
Steph's not going in for the drive.
He
is, but like
sometimes
he's going to make a skill move.
He hits some crafty layups.
LeBron's going to use his physicality.
Yeah, for sure. LeBron is just going to be. They called him the freight train back in the day. You know what I mean? Like it's LeBron. You know what I'm saying? But one thing we know that if a team does end up coming in Vegas, that potentially will mean that the Supersonics will come back in as well. So how would you feel the NBA as currently constructed now with a team in Vegas and the Seattle Supersonics coming back? What would you feel?
I remember we were talking about that maybe 2 podcasts ago, and that would be amazing, man. And especially the rumors are true that KD would go back to the Supersonics.
That would be pretty cool. And it would be
no
cool.
rust. Make sure no rust. There ain't no rust. We don't need rust at the Supersonics. Just KD.
And Gary Payton potentially would be a part owner of the Supersonics.
Sure. Hey, it would be fire.
Gary Payton bringing him back, and then LeBron with the Vegas. I think it would be cool for the NBA. I think the NBA needs something to spice it up.
For sure.
I think like LeBron still being involved as a team in Vegas, that would be good storylines for the league, and then. Obviously, I'm sure players would want to go there. Might end up seeing Ja in the future going there. Maybe Giannis will go to Vegas in the future. You never know who's going to go to Vegas in the future.
Gary Payton might be want to coach by his dad and go to the Supersonics.
That would be fire. Imagine that would be fire. So there's a lot of things that can happen. I think that would be pretty cool. But did you see?
I know he's there for him now though with the Warriors. I know he's on the sideline probably during the finals and helping him out.
Oh yeah, for sure. I don't know. If I've seen him, I'm sure he's there. It's Gary Payton. You know what I mean? He's got to be there. He's a legend. He's one of the GOATs, one of the best defenders of all time. Locked up MJ.
You ready to switch it from sports to music?
Well, I just want to hit on Shaq real quick.
All right, yeah.
Let's hit on Shaq. Shaq was saying how in an interview, how the Lakers 3-peat team with him would beat the Bulls 3-peat team. Back in the day. Well, double 3-peat, but basically you know what team we're talking about.
Of course.
Do you think the Lakers 3-peat team would beat the Bulls 3-peat? Do you think that team would beat that Bulls team?
No.
No?
Definitely not. That Bulls team was too dominant. You got Dennis Rodman, Steve Kerr, Michael Jordan. MJ. You got Kobe and Shaq.
But it's Shaq. Who's guarding Shaq?
Dennis Rodman.
But it's Shaq.
But it's Dennis. All right. I guess Dennis Rodman's not guarding Shaq.
But it's Shaq. There's nobody who can guard Shaq. It's Shaq. Shaq is like Ray Lewis, bro, in the paint. You know what I mean? It's like.
But he's gonna miss shots.
He's just going to body you and get the dunk.
He's not going to do that every time. He's going to pass the ball. And that player, and he's not going to pass it to Kobe every time.
He'll pass it to Kobe.
Not every time.
He would have.
But he wouldn't have.
Come on, it's Kobe. You know Kobe wouldn't really pass it like that anyway.
He's getting subbed sometime throughout the game.
That's when Shaq dominates. It's Shaq, bro. I do think I don't know that Lakers 3-peat team, bro. It's Shaq. I just think nobody would be able to guard Shaq, and I think I don't know. I think the Lakers 3-peat team would win potentially. I think it'd be close because it's MJ, Pippen, Kerr, but you gotta admit that Lakers team, Shaq and Kobe, the prime,
MJ and Pippen. People say MJ wouldn't be MJ without Scottie Pippen.
Yeah.
So you're telling me, bro, you got that team versus the Lakers? Come on, man. And you're not picking the Bulls?
I'm taking the Lakers. I just think Shaq. Come on, man. Shaq would be like just too much of a beast.
He's not going to be enough.
And they got the role players around him, Robert Horry and some other role players around him. You know, they can hit the shots. Just like Steve Kerr could hit the shots for the Bulls. Would it go 7 games if it was a 7-game series? Yes, it would be that close. But, like, the Lakers. I got the Lakers all day.
No, I got the Bulls for sure.
All right, but now we can shoot it straight into music.
Bet. Drake's new album, well, rumored.
Drake's new album. I'm ready. CLB was a classic. I'm ready for Drake's new album. It's going to be a classic.
Well, probably.
It's going to be mixtape, kind of.
Mixtape.
Yeah, summer mixtape. But whatever Drake comes out with, I'm ready for it.
Well, it was like the Dark Knight demo.
Dark Knight
it would
demo.
be something like that.
And some of the songs on there was fire.
He didn't drop that during, like, summer, did he?
I think that was, like, towards the fall.
Oh, yeah.
It was, like, August, I think. Or something like that. Which is around when it is, like, it's, you know, could come out now. I think, I don't know. I feel like Drake, he doesn't need to drop, per se. But I'm never going to complain with new Drake music. It's going to be fire. You know what I mean?
Oh, I'm going to be hell of excited to see a Hot Boy feature on there. That's gonna blow my mind, man. That's going to be crazy.
Yeah, because we saw Hot Boy getting love from Drake on social media. Hot Boy, obviously one of our favorite artists right now. If Hot Boy and Drake made that happen, that would be like track of the summer.
And then we didn't talk about it on the last pod or whatever, right? That he got signed, right? Or did we?
Who?
That Hot Boy got signed to Drake. Did we talk about that?
He didn't get signed to Drake.
Oh.
But like he got the cosign from the
cosign.
Yeah, no, we didn't talk about that. But obviously, Hot Boy got the Drake cosign exactly. So like I think it would be cool, but I don't know if that's what I expect to be on the project. I think it would be cool for that to happen though, because don't get me wrong, I would love for that to happen. Hot Boy and Drake, I need that. You know what I mean? I need that to happen. But I do expect some summer bangers though. Lil Baby to be on there, Future. If he's dropping a summer mixtape and he doesn't really need to drop, you know it's going to be bangers for the summer. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if it'll be with a lot of features, though.
But I've seen, like, he was linked in with, like, Lil Baby in the studio and all that.
Could come out as a single instead of being on the tape.
Like he did with before. But you say you don't expect many features on this Drake mixtape.
No, I think it's mostly going to be Drake.
So what do you expect on this? What kind of, is it going to be bangers?
I think it's going to be bangers, and I think it's going to be a mix, like he always does. Some song for the woman, some song, like, not necessarily for the streets, because that's not who Drake caters towards, but
yeah,
a song that's more harder rap, per se.
Yeah.
So,
I
think it's just going to be a mixed.
I would say,
bag.
I would just say the news came out of nowhere. So, like, it was just totally unexpected for Drake to drop. You know, I think after CLB, no one was really expecting him to drop for, like, 2 years.
Of course.
So, if he's coming this soon, it's got to be bangers, I feel like. You know what I mean? Some would say, I think CLB is aging, like, it's going to be a really good album. You know what I mean? But I guess some people at the time when it came out, they were saying it was overrated. They didn't really like it as much. So, I think Drake is going to come with some hits this time. Because, like, Way Too Sexy was a hit, but it wasn't, like, a typical Drake hit. It wasn't no One Dance, or it wasn't a Hotline Bling hit. I think Drake is going to come with, like, a hit. Like, some Fake Love hit. Like, some God's Plan type shit.
Speaking of new projects, you ready to get in Kevin Gates' new album?
In the new song he just dropped.
Yeah, Super Gremlin remix.
What was it called exactly? It was, like, I don't know, even though it's, like, Super something. Super General.
Super General.
I mean, obviously, he spoke on a lot of stuff in that song. It was a crazy song. You know, nobody really expected it. He had a lot of name drops in that song.
Obviously, the biggest taking point from that song was that his wife cheated on him.
And turned his kids against him. That shit was crazy.
Not many people have heard that, though. That she turned his kids against him. You want to speak on that a little more?
He said it in the lyrics, but he was talking about, like, in the media, like, she was portraying him to be the bad guy. And in the interviews, like, he was taking the blame because, like, that's what he had to do at the time. And he said that was affecting his mental health, and then that's why he said he was drinking heavily and doing whatever he was doing. And then he got sober he changed his mindset, and they didn't like that. And then like now he's sober now, and he was like he made obviously this song, he's name dropping and stuff like that. But they said they didn't like it that he got sober. Like that's how messed up it was.
And we all know he did his dirt back in the day. He even admitted it on a couple songs that he has made his mistakes and he's cheated on his wife. But that wasn't when they were married. That was before they got married. And then apparently,
She did it with the personal trainer.
Yeah,
that was the worst.
She slept on him with
personal trainer
after, like recently.
And
so
it's just messed up to do it with the personal trainer though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was like, the personal trainer invaded my personal space. Like that shit's messed up.
He said that in the song.
He said that in the song. That was the lyric in the song when that shit was messed up. Like, you can't. I don't know. That's just crazy. Like,
do you feel like she did, like she shouldn't have did what she did, right?
Hell no. Definitely not.
And that she should have just forgave him for the stuff that when they got married.
If you was
they should have put that in the past.
If you was gonna break up with him, if you was gonna be mad about the cheating, then you should have broke up with him a
Of
long time ago.
course, I'm sure most of the fans think that.
But once you marry him, and once you marry him, you forgave him. Once you marry him, you basically forgave him for doing that.
Of course,
you were like, all right, I'm forgiving you, and we're gonna get married. At that point, you can't go back on it now and go cheat with the personal trainer. That shit's messed up.
Of course, it's horrible.
Like, that shit ain't right.
Kevin Gates ain't deserve it.
Hell nah. And that shit was messing with his mental health and all that. Like,
it's crazy how you try to benefit. I mean, you try to improve your lifestyle, and then
like if people around you, just like they weren't supporting him. They didn't want him to get sober because they didn't want him to be thinking right and speaking out on how messed up the situation was.
I just find it crazy how like
he was speaking on it. He was
doing whatever he could to improve his life, whether it was lose weight or like or like whatever
get
it was,
sober.
Get sober. But
and then he did all that he accomplished it too.
Just for his wife to cheat on him.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you look at it, like Kevin Gates, like he lost all the weight. Like he said that his kids was telling him he was fat. He lost all the weight. He got sober, and then this is what he gets for it. That's messed up. Like I don't know. Like I understand why Kevin Gates was going through it, because if I did all that and then that this still happened, like, come on, man, you'd be going through it too.
Of course.
This shit ain't right.
Nope.
It's not right at all.
All right, let's shoot it straight in the YNW Melly trial.
Well, I guess
about you can go.
The police detective is officially testifying that they know YNW Melly is the shooter.
Yeah,
like it's confirmed. Like they got he's testifying it. Like they got the evidence.
You know how he's doing it, right?
Nah, did you read it?
Yeah, so he's basically it's a specific detective that's able to scheme out the what happened during the crime, like the scene. Mm-hmm. He's able to paint the scene based on the blood splatter, and he's able to tell where they were in the car and like X, Y, and Z. Mm-hmm. So yeah,
so that guy, he has been able to figure everything out. So he's gonna like paint the picture of exactly how the crime happened.
Of course,
on the stand.
Yeah,
so it's over for him.
They specifically call, I can't remember what they call him, but they call him. I can't remember, but they call them a certain type of they work for the police. I can't remember what they call them, but yeah, they just like they paint the scene of the crime and exactly what happened. Damn. And Melly's lawyers didn't want him to go up on trial because they're saying that it's just like hearsay, like he could just make anything up.
Exactly, because like it's his interpretation of what happened, but like there's
course.
But it's not 100%.
But his interpretation
is based on all the facts.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. I feel like he's going to paint the picture so good because I feel like everyone has a pretty clear idea of what happened.
I don't know. Melly said he's getting out in a year.
Let's be real, bro. Like, I just don't think it's going to happen.
I don't either, personally. I got a more likely chance that Thug will get out.
It's way more likely that Thug finds a way out in Gunna than Melly finds a way out.
For sure.
However, I do think there's a slim chance that somehow they might get off on some other, like some crazy shit.
They might get off like on a technicality.
Exactly. Maybe if they get lucky. That's like the only way though, because the way they've kept painting
the prosecutors must have done something. They missed a step.
Exactly.
Or the police,
because like
they didn't get a right warrant or whatever it was.
Because the way they've been painting the picture on this case the whole time, like they're making it out to be like it's like there's no way. When you see the evidence and you hear it, it's like, but there's no possible way it could have been any other way. Like they made it like they thought they had a good plan, but in reality it wasn't a good plan.
Of course.
Because it just wasn't a good plan. because it just was trash.
What, Melly?
Yeah, like the plan of how they were executing that, like it was just trash. Took him out to the middle of nowhere, so where it could have been nowhere else, and then, like, come on. Then the guy drove, like.
Yeah, Melly's screwed. Like they got like
the phone, like you brought the phone. Like, why would you bring the phone?
yeah, they got his phone the location and everything. Like there's nothing you could do.
Exactly, like you got a plan for that.
And you know what they tried to say, right?
What?
That like an op tried to kill him.
An op?
Yeah, like a op like.
Oh yeah, it was like a drive-by.
Yeah, like a drive-by.
Like, obviously wasn't because like with the bullet trajectory, we talked about that before.
And what I mean by op, I mean like a rival gang member.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. But yeah, that's what they tried to paint the picture as, but it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. But speaking of opportunities to where you can shoot people and it's actually legal, Modern Warfare 2 is coming out. The new COD. What do you have to say about this? I know you saw the new trailer.
Man, I'm really, really excited. I watched the trailer live. It was like the worldwide release trailer. I watched the time go down and boom, trailer dropped. It was amazing. Graphics, everything's better. I'm really, really excited. Like I probably said it on the podcast before, but I've been playing COD for a really long time, probably like 10 plus. And yeah, I'm really excited. Some of the most things that I'm excited about is that there's no more yearly release date. So that means they'll be able to take time to make sure that the game is running good with no flaws,
no bugs,
and that all the parent companies, including Raven, Activision, they're just coming together and making one game. And that's what we needed this whole time.
Because all the great companies coming together, like there's no way it can be trash.
And there's so much stuff that like, all right, so Raven, they got some good components about them. Activision, they got some good components about them.
Combine all the components,
and it's over. Why compete when we could just
combine and make the best game of all time?
Exactly.
And that's what they're finally gonna do.
That's what they're finally gonna do.
So what about some of the other new additions that you saw that they're adding into the game?
They're adding water back. They haven't had water since. I can't even remember. I'm trying to remember when they had water. Yeah, but they haven't had water and like multiplayer and etc. for a pretty long time, and I know they're really, really committed to it. Like they're like making the way like the reflection off like the sunlight and the water and all that stuff. Like if you have teardrops, or like not teardrops, but like water drops lit on you, like it's gonna be like some next level stuff.
Yeah,
underwater fights, pistols, and all that stuff.
I saw that, and then like they were saying how like when you shoot underwater, it's gonna take more bullets to kill them because like in real life, like so there a lot
and
of
like the bullets are gonna pass slower. Like the velocity of the bullet's gonna be a lot slower.
So I think it's cool how they're doing a lot of this stuff and they're making it more realistic in a sense because like you want it to be realistic.
Another thing I'm excited about that the leveling up guns will be so much easier now because they're doing it to where like it's like you get the first weapon and then like it's like a web of weapons, something like that. It's like you unlock the M4A1 and then like you can unlock those attachments for the M4A1 and then you'll have those attachments for the next AR that you unlock. Mm-hmm. So it's like
it's gonna be easier to level up guns.
It's what they needed, and people were complaining and accusing like Call of Duty of like making money off packs, like so they would release like a really good gun and they would release it in a pack and they would make it hard to level up, so you have to buy the pack. So
no, that's pretty much gonna be like different for the Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah, I'm really glad that they're doing that. Another thing that they're adding is when you're jumping from a building, like you can grab the ledge now. Like you can actually grab the ledge if you almost made it. So that's cool. You'll be able to climb up and stuff. Warzone 2 completely they're revamping it. It's gonna run like with the same engine as like Modern Warfare 2 does.
And you showed me the leaked map.
Yeah.
Talk about the leaked map, man. It's exclusive. Nobody knows about the leaked map.
Yeah.
Wait, what'd you see on the leaked map?
Some people know about this. However, it's not really all that known, but they're definitely going to be adding modern like the original Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer POIs or locations. They're adding the original locations from the original game, and I'm as a real Call of Duty fan, that it's going to bring back so much memories playing that, and I know. Oh my God! If they lost fans, They're definitely getting them back. They're getting them back. They're getting them back for sure. Not only because people are gonna buy COD just because it's COD. Like that's just how COD works. Like people will buy COD because it's Call of Duty. Like that's just how it works.
Of course.
But I know they lost a lot of their fans because people were upset of how they treated Warzone because they didn't take care of it that much during its time span. But now, like, I got a feeling like with like what we said with everything, with all the new additions and the parent companies coming together and no new yearly releases, it's Warzone 2 will definitely be the best game of 2022.
Ooh.
Period. And I'm saying Call of Duty, but I want to say Warzone because that's specifically what I play. Like, you know, that's what we be playing, Warzone.
Yeah, you know,
I used to play a lot of multiplayer back in the day, but not necessarily that much anymore. It hasn't interested me enough. Yeah. But we'll see if MW2. I personally am gonna wait till it comes out, see if I want to buy it. I might buy it. I haven't bought a Call of Duty, like actually bought it.
In a minute.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, but obviously we've seen like some of the exclusive stuff, you know, when we watch J God and some, like, you know what I mean? So in terms of like everything, like you're expecting it to be the top game.
Yeah, for sure.
Like the COD or the Warzone will be the top game.
Yeah, Warzone will be the top game of 2020. Like streamed, bought, everything.
And on YouTube too.
For sure.
Damn. I mean, I hope that it lives up to the expectations, to the hype, because, you know, obviously, we've been playing it a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
And, you know, we're one of the best duos.
Yep.
We coming for them. Shoot it straight. You know, we coming for them, the best duo.
For sure.
But that was it with the COD.
I'm trying to think of anything more. No, man, I'm just really excited. Oh, and they say the campaign's gonna be amazing, and I haven't bought a game, so I haven't bought a Call of Duty, so I haven't played the campaign in X amount of years. But if everything lives out to the hype, then I'm definitely in the game. For sure.
Yeah.
And I got a feeling it will, because those two biggest things, bro. I said it and I'll say it again. I said it a couple times. I'll say it again. No yearly release date, and the parent companies coming together.
That's going to be the difference makers.
It's going to make it to where that game's going to be crazy.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm excited to see what they ultimately like come with, you know? What?
The one thing that got me a little scared about Warzone is if they get rid of Rebirth.
Nah, they can't.
They just might get rid of Rebirth.
Wait, what are we going to play?
We're going to hop on that new map.
Nah.
We're going to go on that new map.
Nah.
We're flying in.
We got to play Rebirth.
And you don't know about it. And you won't be able to like truly like get those feelings from those POIs, because you never really played Modern Warfare 2 like that, the original one.
Yeah. But you will.
But I will.
Damn.
I'll be running around High Rise. I'll be running around Quarry. Be like, damn.
You know about it.
Takes me back.
You're going to be feeling like you was a kid again.
Takes me back. It's going to take me back.
Like when you was with the boys back in the day.
Yep. It's going to take me back.
Damn. Well, I guess we're both looking forward to that, obviously. Can't wait to see what they come with. Ultimately, it'll be interesting to see what happens. You know what I'm saying? So you want to go ahead and wrap this one up?
Yeah, for sure. You want to talk about any future things, or
like well, I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, I guess we can go ahead and. No, I think we should leave like the interviews and stuff. We got some stuff coming. No, obviously we always working behind the scenes, but I don't know if we should.
Of course.
I don't know if we should be kind of, you know what I mean. We should be talking on it too. You know what I mean.
Just know that we got some stuff coming in the future.
Maybe potentially the next episode, we'll have, first interview potentially, or, it'll be coming up here pretty soon. So we're trying to lock it in behind the scenes. So, we got some big things happening. So just stay tuned with that. But I mean, with that being said, let's just, obviously like and subscribe on the channel. Every single subscriber, we're on the road to 100 right now. And
we love reading the comments.
Facts.
Whether they're negative or positive.
That's just because negative comments is still good, because even if you disagree with what we're saying, that's like I want to have the discussion. I want to hear what you're trying to say. Of course,
and we're interested in other people's perspectives, and it might change our perspectives. It might change
our opinion if if make a good point. You never know. That's how the world works. You know what I mean? So Yeah, man, we love seeing the comments on the reels. So in the reels and in the comments on YouTube. So fuck it, you know what I mean? Like it and subscribe and do all that. And yeah, with that being said, I'm Zach,
And I'm Blue.
and we'll shoot it straight next time.
And we'll shoot it straight next time. Peace.
Peace.